Hello and welcome back to my channel. I just want to say thank you to my subscribers and everyone who tuned up on my channel to watch my video. You are supporting me so much and I appreciate you so much. So, President William Ruto, he is on the mission to go on a state visit to United States of America. President William Ruto of Kenya, he is on the mission to go on a state visit in United States of America. I don't want to talk too much, but let us watch this video and we'll come back with our own commentary. Let's watch.
There's nothing like the Masai Mara. There just isn't.
Eighth wonder of the world.
Exactly.
I hope you're spreading the word out there.
I am.
So let's go to President William Ruto's upcoming visit to Atlanta first and then Washington, D.C. And it's a state visit.
Yes.
What does that entail? What does that mean?
So a state visit is the highest honor, if you will, of a visiting head of state. You know, some heads of state just come and visit and have some meetings. This is a state visit. And in the Biden administration, there's only been 5. This will be the 6th one. And it is the first African head of state to have a state visit since 2008. So, and only the 2nd Kenyan to have a state visit. So it's a big deal. It's a high honor for the president, for Kenya, and for the Kenyan people. And, you know, of all the countries in Africa, Kenya was chosen to come to this state visit.
Yeah. There was talk about President Ruto addressing a joint session of Congress. And it went on for a couple of days. And then in the end, we heard Speaker Johnson said that it's not going to happen because, you know, there's a lot happening in
And there is a lot happening.
Sure.
You probably followed our Congress. But he will have, I think, 3 quite good congressional engagements. He'll have a lunch with members of Congress. He'll have a leadership meeting with members of Congress. And he'll also meet with the Congressional Black Caucus, which is a very important constituent for things like AGOA and other things. So he'll have a good afternoon of congressional engagement.
Yeah. And you're going to be there.
Yes, I will be there.
You know, basically, it's like you're holding his hand to go to Washington, D.C. And he's been to the U.S. before.
Yes, he has.
You took him to Silicon Valley back a few months ago. And then before that, he was at the UN, I think at the UNGA. So he's been there before. Why do you need to be there?
Well, I have helped to organize this. There's really 3 groups that are organizing this. There is the United States government, led by the NSC and the State Department. Then there is the Kenyan government, the MFA here. And then Mission Nairobi is a bit of the coordinator between the 2. And so I've had a hand in setting the agenda and making sure all the logistics work. So it's just good for me. I'm not holding his hand by any means. I'm just making sure that this all works the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. In the last administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta, there was talk that Kenya was leaning a lot to the east. There was a lot of talk about that, and that the U.S. had taken, well, Kenya had, you know, kind of taken a back seat to the U.S. Now it looks like the pendulum may be swinging. Is that the intention?
You know, I think the intention about Africa for America is to give Africans choice. You know, sometimes in life, half the battle is showing up. And I'm not sure America showed up as much as we should have, you know, over the last 20 years. But under the Biden administration, Africa has become a lot more important. The African Leaders Summit, you know, this state visit. And so our objective is, how can we make competitive offerings, not forcing people to choose between, you know, one superpower versus another, but how can we make good offers around health, people-to-people ties, economic trade and development, the digital economy, and be more competitive. I mean, we all live in a competitive world and we have to compete.
The bilateral relations between the U.S. and Kenya.
Yes.
Are they stronger than ever?
It's hard for me to say because I'm relatively new here, but it feels very strong to me. We have 60 years of partnership. In fact, part of the state visit will be a celebration of 60 years of partnership on everything from regional peace and security to health. Think about what we have done collectively on HIV/AIDS. It's one of the great success stories.
Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Kenya. During the 3rd Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee, which was held here in Nairobi last November to develop a global plastic treaty, I promised in this very hall to abolish visa requirements for anyone coming to Kenya. I want to announce here that we did exactly that. And we did it for a couple of reasons. Number one, because Kenya hosts the only UN headquarters in the global south, the largest UN headquarters in the world, and also that Kenya is the home of humanity. And therefore, to require anybody to get a visa while going home is not fair. And that is why I take this opportunity to welcome all of you home. Welcome home.
So that is President William Ruto. He is going to visit USA. He's going to be accorded a platform where he is also going to talk about the geopolitical. This visit, the Kenyan people, they have received it with a mixed feeling. Some, they appreciate what Ambassador Megan did for Kenya, for Kenyans, or the Kenyan president to go and visit USA on a state visit. So why are you even escorting him, or why choosing this president to go to United States of America on a state visit? She replied that this is a very delicate. It's not only me who is planning this for him to go to the United States of America, but we are three that are organizing this trip. So it's kind of a privilege, because the last president in Africa to visit USA on a state visit was President of Ghana. So now for William Ruto must see this visit as a honorary, as a privilege to be accorded this. But a lot of Kenyan people now, they have received this news with a mixed feeling, because they are asking that out of all the presidents in Africa, that they do their exemplary work, they are doing their work so excellently. Why choosing Kenya? Kenya people. So why the American, they are choosing their president, William Ruto? So yeah, but a lot of people really, they have a negative feeling. Some saying that, so now the people in Kenya, so they received this news with some mixed feelings. They are having a problem with the United States of America when it's come to visa. So they're asking, why can't he address the visa issue? And I think this is just a problem all over when it's come to the United States of America, their embassy. So people, they are paying a lot of money. Like, if for you to be assist, or for you to be given a form, or for you to just sit, first thing first, the first thing that you need to do, first thing first, you have to pay that money. I think in our currency is 3,000. Is 3,000 Namibian dollars. So you have to pay that. And that money is not even a guaranteed to say, yes, this is a lot of money and it's coming from these people, poor country, because we are regarded as a poor nation. So why taking a lot of money? Or why are you asking developing countries to pay so much money when it's come to visa payment? So that's why now this problem is all over the continent. And the Kenyans, they are also asking in the comment section, it's hot, that why are you not addressing the visa requirement? Because we cannot continue to pay this money. It's a lot of money. If there will be a solution to this problem, let the people apply. You get accepted, then you pay that money. But now imagine how many times do you have to go and reapply, and you have to pay this money. So it's just a lot of money. That's why with these issues, they are not happy at all. You know, when the white people, the Muzungus, came to Africa, they introduced us to the Bible. And there's a verse in the Bible saying that it's very difficult for a person to enter heaven. Like, if you want to go to heaven, the road to heaven is so narrow. But the road to devil or the road to Satan is wider. So now I came to this realization, like, if I have to compare African who want to go to the West or who want to go to Europe, when it's come to this visa payment, the Westerns, they are asking a lot of money from these countries. And when I'm comparing now this statement from the Bible, the road to God is narrowed, while the road to devil, because Africans, they are the ones that were regarded as devilish, black, because they are dark, the color of their skin, apparently is broader. If you want to go to the devil side, it's broader because there is no restriction. But I don't know if I'm making sense, but if really I know I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, but this phrase in the Bible, it's like, if you have to compare it with the one that is on the continent, or that is the one that is in the world, the one that is being practiced by developed country, visa developing countries. I don't know if I'm making sense. I have making sense, but this is how I look at it. When they are coming to Africa, they can visit every country in Africa. So it means that their visa requirement or their visas is not restricted to any nation on this continent, especially to Africa. Their passport is very strong. And now Africa is regarded as devil. So when it's come to Africa, it's more broader. They are coming to Africa with nothing, with no restriction, and nobody is stopping them. So the evidence, they are on social media. I saw a video of Swahili Nation. They were touring the African countries from Tanzania to Zambia to Malawi. But on their entering to Zambia, they were restricted or they were denied the entry to Zambian countries. So they were put aside because now the Africans, they have to scrutinize them. They want to know the reason why they are going to visit. The reason of their visit to Zambia. Why? But they are saying that in front of them, they were a white person. And they just ask for a passport, they stamp it, and the white person left without any questioning. But for the African, we are here fighting within ourselves because of this. So we must remember the phrase in the Bible. The road to God is narrowed. The road to devil or to Satan is broader. This is exactly the same. Africa, Africa, why are we like this? Why are we like this? Yeah, why? So let me read this one for you. So the Kenyans, they were asking Megan, why did you choose President William Ruto among all the deserving presidents in Africa? Tell us why. Is it because he has raised tax for the entrepreneurs, Kenyans, that you said you are impressed with? Is it because he is protecting the American interest above his own people? I think you are an economical Megan. So Kenyans, maybe they might be quiet now, but they are not naive. They are watching and listening to you. And frankly, most have their reservation to you, since you have said that Kisumu will be unstable during the election periods. So unfortunately, this is not something Kenyan will forget very soon. And enjoy your Masai Mara. And one said again, this state visit, normally they are not for free. What are we going to give up? What are they going to give up? Because this state visit, they are not for free. What is Kenyan is going to give up and offer to the USA? So these are the comments that Kenyans, they are expressing themselves in the comment section. And no, this is too much, but I think Africans, they are awakening now, and really anything that the leaders, they are doing, sometimes we appreciate, sometimes people are not appreciating, especially now they are saying that the president has raised their tax income, meaning that the business people, they are going to pay high tax, and of which the ambassador Megan is really approaching the Kenyan people. They are really struggling. But for the ambassador to come out and say he applauded the president to raise that taxi. So that's why now the Kenyans, they are very furious, pulling the president's hand and take him to United States of America. What are we going to give up? In the comment section, and even the host, he's really asking questions that you feel like, why now? But President William Ruto, on some stage, sometimes, he's calling for the Kenyans and other African countries to stop trading in US dollars. So now when he's going now to USA, maybe they are also going to pose this question to him, like, are you for real? Are you really calling for people to start moving away from using our currency? Because they don't like it. If I may put it this way, it's like he is going to be put on the spot. They are going to ask him, because Megan said he's going to meet the black congressman. And when South African delegation went to USA, they were given the black congressman. So they are using black on blacks now. Okay? So it's not a privilege, or it's not a good thing to say you are going to meet black people. No, for me, it's kind of racist, but it is what it is. Kenyan people in the house, please comment down below. Leave your comment on how you feel about this. And thank you so much for watching. If you have watched up to this far, kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video, and turn on your notifications so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And see you on my next one. Bye-bye.